Welcome. Thank you for joining me, and thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Hopefully, I haven't heard from Linda yet, but I will text her in a little while. Linda will be collaborating with us with me, collaborating with me tomorrow, and we'll be visiting you all tomorrow. Okay, having said that, yesterday I predicted that the Republicans would be brawling among themselves and then fighting. It seems like it already started. I didn't think it was going to be this soon because do you guys remember, some of you remember I told you the Trump wing at some point would have a major fight with the regular wing of the Republican Party? And even it seems like, from what I hear from the news, that even some Trump supporters are not happy with him either because they feel they're telling him to his face he's a drag on the ticket or on the Republican Party because he has caused too many issues. Yes, that's going to continue, and it's going to get worse for Trump. It feels like to me, and there are a number of reasons for that. He's arrogant. He's selfish. Everything, he sucks all the oxygen in the room. No one deserves anything. No one knows better than he does. And I know he feels that since he has control of the base, he can do anything he wants. I feel the base is slipping away from his hands. He simply hasn't realized it yet. And to believe it, that's what I feel. I mean, like I've always said, there is a percentage of the base that's not going to just walk away from Trump. They're going to be with him till they either go or Trump goes. But I feel a lot of people, if not the majority of Trump supporters right now, are beginning to wonder. Not all of them, yes, the Trump fans, but they don't want to continue supporting somebody that's causing harm or keep them out of power, because a lot of them they don't understand. They just if you are a Republican, they vote for you no matter what, whether you are in their best interest or not. Edward Beckett is asking, Lindsey Graham is predicting that Walker will win the Georgia runoff. Sure. What else would Lindsey Graham say? I feel Warnock is going to win. So, and I've said that a long time ago. If I don't repeat things, it's because I've said them. Republicans do that very well, and they were sacking us. Unfortunately, some people did fall for it. Like they were saying, there was going to be a red tsunami wave, however they want to put it. That didn't happen. And, we have to understand the way Republicans are doing things, friends. It's not about, okay, remember we were talking about that the Republican Party has a plan? Well, it's not the party. They have people, being paid by the 1% of the 1%. They have a bunch of variables, It's like a spreadsheet. They have the big things that they can do, like what DeSantis is doing in Florida. Big things like create a police force, election police force to suppress the vote, change people's party, from Democrats to Republican party affiliations, a number of big things. But they also have small things that can move the needle as well, or at least altogether can move the needle uh, enough so that they can win. So you may not think when people like Graham is saying Warnock is going to win, what he's doing is he's putting that on people's minds. Some people said they were in the, they posted on the comment board, oh well, Democrats are not going to win, so I'm not even going to bother. That's what they want. And it's in the newspapers. A lot of people in Florida, that's what they said. Oh, Democrats are going to lose. I'm not going to bother. That's what Graham is doing in Georgia, but I don't think it's going to work. Okay? Believe it or not, guys, the plans that Republicans have to win, because that's the goal, their plan to reach their goal left nothing out when it comes to even getting one single vote. Okay? So, but I don't feel Graham trying to play this psychological game, Warnock is going to win. Who is he? He's just a senator and a lousy one, too. He's proven that, well, since I've always, I never had held Graham in high esteem, because I remember when they impeached Clinton. So to me, he's been a low life ever since. That never changed. So, but the point is, these guys, they're going to say those things just like they said they were going to be a red wave. Yeah, like they say, it's a ripple, nothing else. Thank God for that, because they would definitely feel, although they're going to continue trying to chip away at women's rights, among other things, prevent, continue to play with voting rights, all those things. They're going to continue them. Don't expect them to stop. But I'm going to say this again, like I said 2 years ago. Democrats are going to have to do the same thing, have plans on how they're going to stop them. And that's what's missing. I mean, Democrats have done a fantastic job this time. It could have been worse. But Democrats have to continue. But at a much granular level, it has to be, don't leave anything out, just like the Republicans are doing it. Okay? That's what I feel. And if they do that, we will not only win the presidency in 24, we will win both houses as well. And I will tell you why. Republicans don't have a plan. The only answer to the super rich, okay, tax breaks, all kinds of stuff. And Democrats have to learn as well how to point that out. They're going to continue to play with women's rights, voting rights, other things that they have and the super rich have in their agenda. And I'm not just talking, look at Eli Musk behavior, okay? You can deduct, like the other day he was telling people, his followers, to vote Republicans because he wanted a divided government. So there you go, okay? But Democrats are going to have to learn, if they do these things. And let me say one more thing. The young generation, they are beginning to recognize their power, to realize they can make a change. And yes, that's going to continue. And there are going to be more of them voting and shooing out, like the Grassleys of this world, McConnell, these people who have been in power for so long and are not doing anything to help, or at least to prepare this country for the next generation. So my prediction is young people will continue to go out and vote in very high numbers. That's what's coming. So Republicans, and they already have, the way they view Republicans is not positive, let's put it that way. Yes, some of them you can change their minds, but I doubt it. I feel what's coming in the next couple of years, if Republicans taught young people, uh, the number of young people who voted this past election were a lot. Watch what's coming next. And then you have women, minorities, all these people, and my prediction is as well, because I mean, I was hoping this cycle and to believe that Democrats would be better organized in places like Florida and Texas, but I feel this past election they've learned a lesson, and they're gonna try to better organize their the way they go about running their elections. So let's see what happens. And the next reference is Trump. I heard is going crazy. It's going to get worse. He hasn't seen anything yet, because he's not only going to be under fire because DOJ is going to go after him, but I feel like saying he's going to be fighting. Well, he's going to be under a multi-front assault, not only from DOJ, Atlanta, and New York, but the Republican Party is going to be fighting with him too. And he's already feeling it, by the way. Okay? So I don't feel this is going to be good for Trump. Joel Tilson is asking, how long will MAGA last? MAGA is going to last for a very long time, but they will be kept out of power. That's what I feel. We're going to have a few, but not enough to make a difference. You're going to have, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and these people are going to continue to scream. Something caucus, whatever caucus Marjorie Taylor Greene belongs to, yeah, they're going to continue to make noise and do dumb things, but okay. Republicans, I feel like, to me, the leadership have realized this cannot continue. I don't know if they said it in public. I mean, but watching the news and intuitively what I am getting, and I was getting this before the election, they're going to reject, because they don't have a choice, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and company, because they are not helping him. Yes, they are very loud and all that, but they're not helping the party. And the Republican leaders will go out and make the case for that in front of to their base, or to those who are supporting the Marjorie Greenes of this world. Marjorie Greene, to me, is just a flash in the pan. That woman is going to take a major fall. I don't see a long, political career for her, because her demise is just around the corner. That's what I feel about Marjorie Greene. And but my guy is going to be, slowly it will peter out. That's what I feel. So, but I wouldn't worry about the MAGAs. They are only hurting themselves, just like Trump is hurting himself, and just like others. Okay? But what I wanted to mention, and I'm glad, as we are talking about Trump, did you guys see the news conference that Biden had yesterday when they asked him about the international community, if Trump were to run again, what his answer was? That they will use. Okay, I'm going to put it my way. That's the way I can remember it, because I don't remember verbatim what he said, but something to the effect that there are laws in the books that can prevent Trump from running again. I would not be surprised. I feel like saying Biden don't just say things. Something is going on. I mean, we are aware of the investigations, but something is on the table when it comes to Trump. I don't know if Trump is aware of it yet, but keeping him, even if he wanted to run, from occupying any office in the federal government is on the table. He's on the table. I feel like saying as well. Well, it's not. I mean, I wrote it down because I wanted to remember. I don't, because I can get carried away when I see pictures. Those things are important. And also, Biden was asked another question, and I believe I said that to you guys. That's why I'm bringing this up. Elon Musk is, interfering, with China and Russia, and using Starlink and all that. I don't remember exactly what the question was, but the gist of the whole thing was the journalist was asking Biden, is or will Elon Musk be investigated or is under investigation? That was what the gist of the question was, and the way Biden answered. Remember, I don't know, I believe I've said it here, guys, I don't remember. But I believe I mentioned that Elon is going to be under scrutiny. And I feel he is. Again, Biden is not just talking. There are things going on that behind the scenes that we have not heard about yet. But that's brewing. Joel Thurston just posted Rupert Murdoch is attacking Trump. Oh yeah. Well, I read this morning somewhere that his newspapers. Well, that's why I mentioned to you a little earlier. I reminded you that I predicted yesterday, and I predicted before too, that Trump and the Republican Party are going to get into a major fight. And once you see Murdoch, and I feel they will continue to go after Trump because they have a new star now, and DeSantis. So they're going to continue. And you know something? Murdoch doing that, he's not just doing it. They are chipping away at Trump little by little. That's what they're doing, and it's not only him, it's because the 1% of the 1%, because he's part of the 1% of the 1%. Slowly, they are eroding his standing among Republicans and also the base. That's what they are doing. So, okay. And the other thing I feel, they come out with something like what they put, the articles they have in the Wall Street Journal. I didn't read that one. I didn't read the one in the other paper he has in New York either. But it feels like to me, they come out with articles on both those newspapers, and then they pull back. They let that sink in, and also they watch how the base react to what they said, and then they come back again. Watch that to continue. And like I said, it's a multi-pronged approach, the way they are taking Trump down, because they know he's toxic for the party, and he's not helping them in any way, shape, or form. And now Trump is blaming Melania. Somebody mentioned it yesterday. I read it, but I didn't realize what you guys were saying. I'm like, Melania? What does Melania has to do with it? Until this morning, I heard that Trump said Melania suggested Dr. Oz to him. It's ridiculous, So I feel like saying it's because Trump is aware that his star is fading, and the power is no longer with him. So he's trying to, he thinks those things work. Blaming other people is going to absolve him or save him this time. It's not going to work. So, Joel, that's why Trump is attacking, Murdoch is attacking Trump. He just wants to erode Trump support from the base, among others, and like also among people in the leadership who are pro-Trump. That's what they're doing. Okay, let's see. One more thing I wanted to mention. I believe oh yes. Do you guys remember I've predicted in the past that Trump can go and scream all he wants? People are not going to go out and protest or do whatever it is that he's subtly, in a subtle way, asking them to do. I was reading in the New York Times. I missed that one, or I was so focused. Guys, you realize how stressful it is when you make a prediction, and then you're waiting for things to happen. At least it is to me. Like, oh my God, you don't want to, lie to people. You don't want to do all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Or at least, you don't want to. Okay, my problem is I don't like to mislead people. I have a big problem with that. And that's why if I misinterpret something, I try to find ways to interpret what I see better next time. So a couple of things that I wasn't paying attention to, and I read in the New York Times that Trump, I heard when somewhere, I believe on Twitter, that he said to the people of Arizona that they were turning away voters by telling them that they already voted. And he said something like protest, protest, protest. But he didn't actually say you should go out and protest. But that's what he was implying. But I did not know he said to people to go out and protest. But that's what the New York Times said he was implying. 0 people went out. And but also they said that's what he did in 2019. And that's when I remembered. And I've been saying to you guys, this guy, okay, he will use his mob to threaten others and bully other people. And he failed. And I'm not surprised because I remember I told you, people are not going to listen to him anymore. Not to take to the streets and do anything that he says. No, it's not happening. You will have 20 people go stand by Mar-a-Lago and, scream and yell his name. That's about it. People are not going to take to the streets because they are watching what DOJ is doing to the insurrectionists in D.C. Yeah. So, let's see what happens. In any event, okay, I thought that was a question. It's not. And there is something else, but Trump is going to continue to do that, but it's not going to work, by the way. I just wanted to make sure I said that. And the name of the caucus, they call it Freedom Caucus. Those Marjorie Taylor Greene and those people, that's the thing they belong to. That's what I couldn't remember. And I believe, one thing about DeSantis. I know a lot of people right now think that DeSantis is going to replace Trump. I'd be shocked. I don't think so. Because right now, or up till now, DeSantis has done a great job at mimicking Trump and doing some of the stupid things that Trump has been doing. And I've said this before, my timing has been wrong. But there is going to be a time that Trump's name is going to be like poison in the Republican Party. And it's going to start happening when he gets indicted. Already after this election, and I didn't think about it, but it made sense. It resonated with me when people sat, election expert and people who know better than I do when it comes to elections, they said, the American people have rejected the Trump ways of doing things. And it's true. The rejection from this election, like people, all those people he supported and he was hoping would help him win in 24, I always thought that was a crazy dream. I have no idea what this guy is drinking. I want a little bit of that tea. I need it. But this past election was a major blow. Once he gets indicted, it's going to be another blow, okay? And among other things that are going to come out about Trump, everybody who promoted the big lie or continue to promote the big lie are going to have major issues. They're not going to be successful. And this past election has proven that, thank God. But the point I'm trying to make is DeSantis and those people, none of that stuff is going to work for them. And they're not a bad thing for DeSantis. I think he's trying to avoid it, but it has already happened. To me, the people who are calling DeSantis should, run, DeSantis should do this, it's because they feel like he's not like Trump, but a better educated one, a smarter one, has less baggage. I don't think it's going to work because the dynamic of this whole situation when it comes to Trump, MAGAs, and Trump supporters, enablers, people who want to copy him to run for office, it's all going to change and it's going to be a major turnoff in the not too distant future. So I feel that the acceptance speech that DeSantis gave the other day is a sign of him wanting to continue the same divide and conquer approach that Trump has been using for the past 6-7 years. Okay, no, yeah, 7+ years since he came down the escalator when DeSantis was, the woke, whatever, however he puts it. I don't listen to him enough to understand what he's talking about, but I know what woke means. I don't feel that's going to work for him. I feel he basically, by giving that speech, he has sealed his fate. I know now it may not be obvious to everyone, but that speech was the wrong speech to give the other day. And he was right. He's conned Florida, or he tries to turn Florida against supposedly woke people, CRT, trying to turn society against those who are different, LGBT people, transgender people, all these things. He's going to continue those things because he's like Trump. He's going to think they work for him. I don't think so. So to me, this guy is a done deal. I hope he runs because I want a good laugh and I need somebody to talk to make prediction about. So, although I'm looking for different ways, the other subjects to talk about, but it will keep me going, give me things to talk about. Okay, Dusty Rose says, guides told me, Milu, Trump will release info on DeSantis that's damaging to him. I mean, you're probably right. But because while you say that, I'm trying to look at what he could have on DeSantis. I don't feel he's going to release things on DeSantis, okay, because it's not going to look good for him. And to believe it, that's what I feel, because it feels when I read your comment, I see him holding a folder as if he wanted to just hand it out to the public and then pulls it back. So to me, he's going to do it subtly in a subtle way. And let me tell you, as I'm saying this, I'm being shown I read on the web that he sent to his people to warn DeSantis to stay in Florida. I feel, and if you notice, DeSantis did not come out and take him on head on. Yes, I understand that DeSantis does not want to have a public fight with him, but I don't feel Trump has too many secrets. Oh Jesus! No, Trump is not going to go there. You're right. You have a point. That means I feel what you are being told is they have dirt on each other. Okay, because DeSantis knows the Trump secrets. Okay, because I'm sure DeSantis can have access to Trump's taxes, because I'm sure Trump filed his taxes in Florida as well. So DeSantis, among other things, people talk. They have people who run in their respective circles. So they have dirt on each other. It's not one way, my friend. Okay. I wish that was true. I mean, when I say I wish that was true, I wish it was DeSantis knocking him out, because I know that Trump is going down. There's nothing he can do. Okay. At this point, Trump is just like, he's in a free fall. He's not going down fast yet. It's in a slow motion, not slow motion, but very slow going down. Okay. He knows it. DeSantis feels like he's standing in solid ground for now. So he feels like he has the upper hand. And the other thing is the contributors. The major contributors are asking for Trump to step back. And people now, they're not calling Trump anymore. Or they call him, but not as often like they used to. And that's the other thing that's causing him to freak out. They're calling DeSantis. The power to be, the people who, the power makers, they are calling DeSantis now, because they think what DeSantis did in Florida, he deserves to be the star of the Republican Party. And I don't think it's going to translate nationally. And DeSantis is thin-skinned, and there are things that are going to come out about DeSantis as well that are not going to be too pleasant. And I'm going to say this. I said the other day that I don't think he treats his wife very well. I know she wants to be first lady, but don't be surprised if she dumps DeSantis at some point. And I don't like to say these things. I don't look into these people's private lives, but don't be surprised if she dumps him. I'm not saying it's going to be before. Once, it feels like to me there's going to be, right now it's not going to happen because she's very unhappy. She doesn't know what to do. But I would not be surprised after this DeSantis run for the White House fails and his term as governor is over, if she doesn't dump him. That's the way I am getting this situation. Okay? So, yeah. Life is not going to be so pretty for DeSantis, nor Trump. Oh, I didn't know that. Joel Tisson says Murdoch loved DeSantis. Okay. Yeah, because DeSantis is doing his job for him. Okay. Jose Mimi, I agree with you. I feel the same way. I think Jose Mimi says, I think we have the Senate, but the House makes me nervous. I feel the same way. Okay. And I'll tell you what. Democrats did an amazing job. They Biden deserves a lot of credit. Oh, a journalist. He's one of our top journalists in this country, or historian. He's journalist/historian or something like that. I saw it on Twitter this morning, because I went on Twitter before I came on. He said Biden is going to go down very well in the history books. because of the way he's managed. The Biden is not getting credit now for everything he has done. What he inherited from Trump, being able to build an international coalition to face Putin and support Ukraine, and he's successful. Putin is on the ropes now, it's seeping into the newspapers, and yes, it's a matter of time. Okay. Yes, the economy, some people are complaining about the gas prices, but it's something that's all over the world. Inflation, energy, fuel, energy cost is, out of this world. Okay, the way he has managed his accomplishment over the past almost 2 years now. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I told you guys yesterday, and surprisingly this morning I saw it in the newspapers. Biden is going to go down in history, and history is smelling like a rose. That was what I meant to say yesterday, but after I saw that journalist repeated the same thing today, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Westmore, oh my God. Marsha Green says, Milu, we will be looking at the new governor of Maryland more. He's awesome. Yes, that guy, he's a pretty smart and very successful guy when it comes, oh my God. And he has a great resume too. Yes, that's another guy. And Whitmer as well. Not enough credit is being given to Governor Whitmer. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's a presidential contender. I believe I've said that before. Okay. Oh, I have a complaint, you guys. Can somebody please explain to me how come the town of Uvalde, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, in Texas, how is it that Abbott won that area? I don't know how, but they said he won Uvalde. Can you imagine this? I don't know about you guys, but this is very suspicious to me. Something is not right. It's crazy. That was my complaint for today. Yes, Shelley S. says Westmore. Yeah, he's fantastic. Yeah, he's a great guy. Very smart. There's another potential presidential candidate as well. Him. Worry B agrees. He says, I so agree Biden will become a hero in history. Oh yeah, in history books and real time a few years after his 2 terms. Mitch and the others, Mitch McConnell is just, oh my God. The fight that's going on between Mitch McConnell and Trump right now, Jesus. Not good. Oh, I didn't know that. Joel Tilson says Westmore Rhodes Scholar. I didn't know he was a Rhodes Scholar. Well, he's a very smart guy. I shouldn't be surprised. Shower 522 says Marianne said it will come down to 1 vote in the House, and it will be given to independent. It will not be that bad. McCarthy said we thugs would take 60 seats. Yeah, no. That's why I'm sticking to what I said to you guys a couple of years ago. A number of things happen, but, and also the dream I had the other day, and I've been thinking about that dream when I saw the Democrats and Republicans going that way. So it's probably, it's possibly what it means. The Republicans narrow margin in the House, and Democrats keep the Senate. That's what it feels like to me. So I know what you mean. All right. Shell 522 says Marsha Green, Abbott cheated, or the people of Texas saw Beto as being too extreme. No, I don't think they saw Beto as, well, you never know. But that place is so, Florida and Texas, I don't understand those two places. Georgia too. but we'll see. Joel Tyson says McCarthy next speaker. It feels like to me 90% chance McCarthy will be. And I'll tell you why. This guy is very sneaky and he's desperate. It feels like to me he has laid the groundwork to become speaker and he's going to be ruthless. If you notice how this guy lies and does crazy things to get what he wants, he won't hesitate to do whatever he needs to do to throw people and his caucus under the bus. You know, those guys, well, if they want to, there are things they can do to neutralize people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's running around saying, you know, she's going to stop him. Okay? But I would be surprised if he's not the majority leader. I'm trying to stay away from it. It depresses me. I can't stand him. And I'll tell you the reason why I cannot stand McCarthy. I was watching Fox News before I started doing YouTube, and I would watch him every once in a while. Okay, until I got disgusted. You know, they just promote lies. McCarthy, no, it wasn't Fox. It was MSNBC. But something he said on Fox that when this, about the investigations that the Republicans initiated about Hillary Clinton for no reason, okay? And he went on MSNBC. This guy was just lying, you guys. Even I knew he was lying. You don't lie, and, you can twist the truth a little bit your way, but to go out and actually lie like he did for the proof is he did it for the January 6th thing. He blamed Trump, and then he changed his mind, and then he told it wasn't Trump's fault, and that he did the same, worse to Hillary Clinton. That's why that guy to me is poison, and nothing will stop him. And that includes, and right now he knows Trump is weakened, and a lot of people in Congress are watching and hoping. So, yeah, he will stop anybody who gets in his way to keep him from getting the majority in Congress. Okay? So, yeah. That's what I'm getting. That's the way I see him. Johnny S. says, Milu, your fire emojis caught my attention. Johnny S. says, Milu is 45, announced his 2024 run before December 6th. Will it impact the Senate runoff between Walker and Warnock? Intuitively, I feel, as I'm saying this, did you hear this morning? Let's hope he goes, because it's not going to help Walker. And according to his polls, okay, Trump didn't help him. I doubt, and it doesn't matter what Trump does. The way I am getting this, I'm going to put it the same way again. The energy is with Warnock. So, and Warnock supporters are more motivated. And white liberals will vote for Warnock. I don't feel they're tired. The black community in Georgia are motivated to go out because they feel Walker is the typical stereotype that Republicans want to, because we have to remember, unfortunately, Trump has made it fashionable to be a racist. So, no black people are going to want Walker going out every day saying stupid things like Obama says. So the black community in Georgia, I know my sister and her family are not going to be tired to go out and vote. Even if my sister is starting a job, I believe sometimes next week she's going to make sure she gets that day off or at least find a way to go vote. So let me tell you, it doesn't matter what what Trump, Kemp, or anybody does, is not going to keep these people away from the polls. That's my prediction. We will see. Okay. Delilah Gillis says, Andre said Pelosi will still be Speaker. I hope so, but I doubt it, my friend. I mean, Andre is right. Andre said, did Andre say that? I don't remember. If you're talking about the other day, I don't remember what he said, but I know he said Biden was going to be happy. He was right. Oh my God. Biden is elated, you guys, of the outcome, and I agree with him. It could have been a very embarrassing and weakening him. And also, somebody said this on TV yesterday, the international community is looking, and the way this election turned out is going to show them that Biden has the support of the American people, which is, I feel, is tremendous. He needs this to deal with people like Xi and Putin. By the way, Putin is not going to the G20 meeting because he's afraid, according to some social media platform, somebody said they were going to slap him in the face. I don't know. That's what I read this morning. But Biden is feeling extra good about himself because he feels he has the one in his back. He can. Trump is looking stupid, and these people, they wanted Trump. There you go. Okay. I wish I could say. I don't know if Andre said that. If I remember, Andre said he's going with. Because he did the charts, he didn't have somebody's exact time of birth. I believe it was, I don't remember I don't remember, but I don't remember him saying that, but I wouldn't, Andre is very good, so I'm not, the way he does, I mean, astrology, if you don't have the right time of birth, all bets are off. So, but he was right about Biden, because he had Biden exact time of birth. Dead on with that. Sandra Peterson says, have faith, Milu, have faith, it's not over yet. I know, it's not that I don't have faith, but I'm not feeling too confident. I hope I'm wrong. Believe me, I said 2 years ago, if Democrats did approach this election the right way, we would keep both houses. And I said, I predicted a lot of people would go out and vote. I know you've been with me for a very long time. I don't know if you remember I said that, but I did. I know I'm not going to watch the video again because I can't watch myself. But I remember I said that. So I'm hoping we keep both, but some of the ingredients were missing, but we did an amazing job. Okay. Oh, Delagre says Andre did Pelosi and McCarthy's chat. I'll take a look at it. Andre is very good. So, Delilah, does he have their exact birth time? Because I remember he mentioned something about he didn't have somebody's birth time. Joel Tilson, that's what I did the night before last. Joel Tilson says, I refuse to watch the live news, too much drama. Let me tell you guys, the night of the election, I did not watch. The day of the election, I watched other things because, like I said, you don't You know, I sit here every day and I say those things, whatever I get. But sometimes I get so biased, I have to be careful about what I say. It's just like when psychics can't read for themselves. So I have to be careful. You know, I have to know when I'm biased. That's one thing, you know, I, I don't like the 1% of the 1%. But I'm far enough away from them, I can talk. I can make predictions because if it was like on a one-on-one, my bias will interfere, and that's how I feel right now about Republicans. I am biased. I feel Democrats will win the House, and I'm going based on what I said and other things that I said that Democrats should do to win. I agree with all of you about, you know, keep hope alive. We will win the House, but I'm not feeling very good. And the reason why is because I don't even bring it up is because I'm biased. I don't like McCarthy. I don't like the Freedom Caucus, and it's not something that's new. I have not liked them since Obama was president. So that's why if I don't say very much about them, I don't want my bias to color what I am getting. All right? But yes, I didn't watch the election because it's too much pressure because I don't like to mislead people. It's very important to me. So my mom always told me, be careful with this gift that you have. So I've been programmed that way. You know, it's not something you play with. All right. Oh, Gili says no birth time for neither one. Okay, that's a problem because you can miss some stuff. But Andre is very good. Linda is very good. So as I'm saying, Linda, don't forget, friends, tomorrow Linda is going to be with us. It should be a fun time. All right. Oh, geez. Time went by. Okay, friends. Thank you very much for spending time with me. I appreciate it. Thank you, chat managers. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmino.com, or you can send me an email or call me on my YouTube phone. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe and also tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. I will see you all tomorrow, same time. Hang in there. Trust me. Don't worry. Even if Republicans take the House, we're going to be fine. Trust me. Okay, friends, because they're going to stick their foot in the mouth. That's what it is. They don't have a plan. I don't know if I made that clear earlier. They don't have a plan for anything, and that's what's going to do them in. They raise a lot of people's expectations. Okay, time for me to stop speaking. See you tomorrow.